Good morning, one and all. I am Dr. Anupama Shekhawat, and today I would be discussing different form and characteristics of poems. First of all, let me tell you what is a poem. Poem is a musical and a metrical form of expression of what a poet feels. Early times, it was pastoral poetry. Pastoral poetry is a beautiful representation of emotions of shepherds and shepherdess. Another important form of poem is elegy. Elegy is a lament poem. This, the poet writes over the death of either one person or many persons. For example, elegy written in country's churchyard. And when we talk about the pastoral poem about which I have talked a minute back, the important example is Shepherd's Calendar. Another important form of poetry is ode. Ode is a poem in which the poet invokes upon the abstract power or the abstract force. For example, Ode to West Wind. Another wonderful way of expressing the ideas in poetical manner is when the poet writes in the form of ballad. Ballads are generally written in heroic couplet and they are meant to sing as a narrative poem. In this, the poet talks about a common folklore or an imaginative folklore, and it has a tendency of showing the valor and courage often of knights and the kings. Another important form of poetry is when the poet writes in the manner of a lyric. Almost all the poems are lyrics, and when they do not follow a particular rhyming pattern, they are known as free verses. Sometimes people write light lyrics in a very casual manner. They tend not to convey so much, but then they are being written for happiness and they are read for pleasure. Such type of poems are known as limericks. Another important form of the poem is sonnet. Sonnet is a poem specifically of 14 lines. In these 14 lines, the poet talks about two very important things. The sonnet is divided into two parts, octave and sestet. In the octave, which is the earlier part, the poet talks about any problem, doubt which he has in his mind. The sestet or the conclusion of the poem is answer to that doubt. One another important form of the poem is narrative poem. Some poets have also started writing the poems in the form of verse. One very important novel in verse is Aurora Leigh, which is being written by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. When we talk about Elizabeth Barrett Browning, how could Robert Browning, her husband, can go unnoticed? Robert Browning has written important poem of the concept called dramatic monologue. About this dramatic monologue, I have discussed in detail in my previous session when I discussed my last Duchess by Robert Browning. Very one important form of the poem is haiku poems. These are types of Japanese poetry, not so much popular with us. Now let me give you example of the poets and important poems which I have discussed so far. First of all, I have discussed the pastoral poems. The important poets of the pastoral poetry are the very and the only Philip Sidney. Philip Sidney has written wonderful poems which talks about the lives of shepherds and shepherdess. Then I have said and talked about elegy. I have told you that elegy is a poem which is generally written when somebody dies, somebody who is very near to the poet dies, or when group of people die. For example, when friend of Thomas Gray, Sir Arthur, died, he wrote a famous elegy, an elegy written in country's churchyard. In this elegy, the poet talks about that finally, whether we are born in a palace or we are born in the cottage, every hour we move towards that destined and fatal hour of ours. So, the one who live in city and who are ambitious should not mock over the simple annals of the village people. Very, very wonderful elegy which conveys a very universal message. Another important poetry which I talked about was ode. In the ode, the poet invokes the abstract. Here, the wonderful example is Ode to West Wind by P.B. Shelley. In this Ode to West Wind, he talks about the power of west wind on sky, the power of west wind on sea, the power of west wind on the land. He says that he wants the west wind to drive away the dead thoughts in him so that he can become or he can give the prophecy in this world and say that if winter comes, can spring be far behind? A very wonderful ode which talks and tells and motivates us that if bad days are there, then good days are bound to come. Another important writer of odes is Keats. John Keats and P.B. Shelley happen to be very good friends, and they shared the form of writing the poem as well. Then I talked about sonnet. I said that sonnets are the poem of 14 lines, and the famous writers of sonnets are Shakespeare. His famous sonnet, Shall I Compare Thee, which I have again discussed in some of my previous sessions, he talks about that he has a doubt with which he should complain his beloved with. Lot many ideas come to him, but he rejects one by one. And he says that his beloved is such a darling lady, darling gentleman, that we cannot compare this beloved with the rough winds of May. Finally, he realizes in the sestet part that if he wants to make his beloved immortal, then he should compose some literary compositions. So this way, the doubt of octave was settled in the sestet. Then I talked about a narrative poem to you. I talked about narrative poem in context with Elizabeth Barrett Browning. My dear friends, the famous narrative novel in verse of Elizabeth Barrett Browning is Aurora Leigh, which is a long poem divided into 9 cantos. Then let's talk about another important form of the poem, and that is known as epic poem or mock epic poem. Let me talk about epic poem first. Paradise Lost. John Milton is the famous writer of the epical narration, in which he writes that how the ways of God are justified to men. Mock epic, who can forget Rape of Lock by Alexander Pope? In the mock epic, there is a mock of the things which are being written in the epical manner. His Rape of the Lock, in which he talks about Arabella Fermor, is a thing of history. Then I talked about ballad. Ballad is a type of a poetry in which A.C. Coleridge has great mastery. He has composed 2 very important ballads, and they are Christabel and the Rime of Ancient Mariner. As I said earlier, the ballad must have a moral purpose behind that. And yes, both, whether if I talk about Christabel or whether I talk about Rime of Ancient Mariner, both of these ballads had a moral. The prior one, Christabel, says that we should be good, kind, innocent, because the blue world bends over the one who are very kind and innocent. And when we talk about the second, the Rime of Ancient Mariner, in this, the poet talks about that we should be kind and considerate towards our fellow being, as the world which is being created by God has created everyone amongst us. So, poetry or the poems are just the form of expressions in which the poet is comfortable. At the end, it is only what matters is the expressions which the poet conveys and the audience enjoys. Thank you so much. I hope you have liked the session which we have presented. Keep on watching for similar videos. This is your friend Dr. Anupama Shekhawat. Thank you.